What really is strategic planning? I know many of you know what this topic is. I'm going to just give a very brief overview. Who's your target audience? What's your focus? What's your target customer base? What makes you different? What is your value proposition and what makes it unique? Why should they pick you? A lot of times, most branding is cliche. Best in class. You know? Really? Best in class? We're going to go, that's the tagline? You know, customer service comes first. Dude, that's not original. You know, we got to come up with something different. Content. What content are you going to promote? Is it going to be a blog? Is it going to be a video series? Is it going to, what are you going to do here? And then distribution. How are we going to get that content? Is it going to be through email? Is it going to be through public lecturing? Is it going to be through webcasts, webinars? How are we going to do this? So your strategic planning should cover all those bases. Then, now that we have the strategy, now we have to create the content and distribute it, right, for your reputation. We have to start crafting your content. We have to start building the channels. You had mentioned that you have a lot of followers on LinkedIn. You've been building not only your content, but you've been building your audience and methods to distribute the content. Because if I don't create content and I don't distribute it, then how are you going to know what I do or what makes me different, right? Otherwise, I have no reputation in your eyes. The only reason I am hopefully increasing my reputation with you is because a piece of content called email went out on a communication line called email to you. You came here. Then I had to create more content, and then I had to distribute that content verbally and through an audiovisual medium. This is what we have to do if we're going to enhance our reputation. So really, 50% of your time on content has to be creating the content, and the other 50% of your time, you have to spend just as much time distributing your content. So your content's like your blog posts, your videos, your press releases, white papers, podcasts, webinars, but then are you also building up the size of your email list? Are you sending it to your email list? Are you building up the size of your social media followers? Are you building strategic alliances? Like this is a strategic alliance. He sent my content to you via this alliance. Am I building up my referral sources? Am I giving my referral sources something to talk about to the people that I want them to refer to? Here's my newest video. Here's my newest ebook. Would you? Yeah, I'll email your ebook. Oh, thanks. You see? Media outlets. Industry trade shows is a great way to distribute your content. So you have to think in terms of reputation management, 50% creating the content, but then how do I get that content and that reputation distributed? So a sample reputation strategy for a B2B consultant, and this is very basic. Target audience. I'm going to go after CEOs and COOs of small businesses in Southern California. Our branding, elevating organizations above the cloud. Main objective, position our brand as the premier consulting firm that helps small and medium businesses to effectively adopt cloud-based technology solutions, policies, and processes. Content strategy, write and distribute technical blogs, white papers, case studies, frequently asked questions, videos, as well as curate and share relevant content through our channels. Webinars will be explored to help people answer common questions and report on industry trends. Content distribution, the company blog, emailing the blog articles and webinars, LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as industry conferences and networking opportunities. Human capital, the CEO will write the blog and do the webinars, and a social media manager will need to be added to help with the distribution, SEO, and other distribution needs. Objective, a 25% increase in sales by the end of 2015.
I might add one thing to content strategy. I don't disagree with it. I'd rather agree with it. In my particular case, I actually have to sort out clients that don't fit the core content that I want to do. So I I can drift off into project management,
Mm-hmm.
different kinds of things that not waste my time, but I can provide value to them, but it doesn't provide content to being able to get them to be my next referral. So it's off track. So I have to make sure that I stay on track. So I don't do this, I don't do that. I can do it, but I don't want to go there.
Yeah, well, the word strategy comes from the Greek word strategos, which means to lead an army. So you want to know where you're going to lead your army first, your army of content, right? Otherwise, if you have no strategy, your tactics are like, oh, then I was on LinkedIn, and then I tried Twitter, and that didn't work, so then I was over here, and I don't get this social media stuff. I'm like, yeah, because you don't understand what you're trying to say to whom. If you said, my audience is blah, then I could go, good, your audience, oh, it's 25 and younger? Oh, good, we're going Instagram. We're not doing LinkedIn if you're trying to reach young people. But if I'm doing a coffee shop, I'm not doing LinkedIn, I'm doing Instagram. Hard. Why? Because I want all the college kids that'll sit there and buy $8 shakes and sit there and buy lunch all day long with me and just sit there with their friends, and then they're sitting on Instagram going, dude, I'm at the Lost Bean, check it out. You know, photo of my coffee with a neat little tree on the, you know, leaf thing on my latte. You know what I mean? That's where I'm going if I'm doing the coffee shop. But if all of you, I'm like, you better get on LinkedIn, you better get on YouTube, and I would definitely add Twitter to the mix as a third option. You know, so it depends on what's the audience, what's the strategy, what are we going to say, and then there's so many niches in here. Now the message even gets even more refined.